I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 different states, and today we're going to take a trip down the Dollar Tree medication aisle. I'm an expert in drug pricing, so I like to review medications so people understand what they're buying and make sure they can make good decisions. I'm essentially the Chris Hansen of the medication world. Actually, someone the other day told me I look like the kid Helga Pataki punches in the face. Out to my boy Trevor Austin for that zinger. Okay, here we go. Right, the first one I wanted to look at was the ibuprofen. So it's 200 milligrams, and you get 30 tablets. So this is like generic Advil, pretty much. I would say this is an okay deal. If it's something you use consistently, you're gonna want a much bigger quantity for a better price. And let's see where this was made. Distributed by Spirit Pharmaceuticals, run whatever that is, New York, made in India. Yeah, pretty much all of these are going to be made in India, I feel like. Tension, headache relief, acetaminophen 500, caffeine 65. So there's 15 caplets in here. I'd say this is a pretty good deal because you really shouldn't be taking this consistently. This is kind of something you would want to buy at a, somewhat one-off kind of frequency, I would think. If you are taking it more consistency, you would want a much bigger quantity, I would presume. I think this is the same company, yeah, so made in India. Here's a fun one, Pepto-Bismol. Well, generic stomach relief it says. So what's it say here? Bismuth subsalicylate, 525 milligram per... So it's 525 milligram per 30 ml. Hey, this one was made in the United States, Linwood, California. No, I'm not actually surprised that this is made in the USA. It has an NDC code on it, that stands for National Drug Code. If you see this, it's... I don't know, you can be a little bit more confident. It means that it was registered with the FDA. Over-the-counter drugs don't technically have to, at least I don't think so, but if they went, oh my god, if they went through that extra step to get registered, I would think that they're taking it pretty seriously. So good on this company, I like them. Okay, a lidocaine 4% patch. This is not a good deal, guys. It's only one patch for $1.25. Why would anyone even want one patch of this? It really doesn't make any sense at all. I love lidocaine 4%. I love that, but for one patch for $1.25, I'm gonna say do not buy this. I would much rather you go to Walmart or whatever and get several for, I don't know, just a couple bucks more. And we have an American distributor, which means nothing, but it was made in China. So that is that product. I saw something really exciting in this bin. Okay, which one of you guys keeps hiding my books all over the place? Come on, folks. So I'm actually gonna buy something that I didn't mention in the video. And if you want to see what I bought, go ahead and head over to my YouTube channel where I'll review it. Hi, I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and today we're going to be taking a trip down the medication aisle at Dollar Tree. A lot of people don't understand that the medications in Dollar Tree are perfectly fine if you know what to look for. Even if you don't know what to look for, they still have to be FDA regulations. My favorite aisle. Okay, I found this muscle rub cream thing, gel, and I think this is a great deal. Look, it's 2.5% of menthol. It's over an ounce. Let's see where it was made. Made in the USA, Olive Branch, Mississippi. I think this is probably one of the better products I've seen in a while here. This would be like generic Bengay, by the way. Oh, and it has an NDC code. For those of you who don't know, that's optional. A company doesn't need to get one, at least as far as I know, and this company did. The reason why I think it's such a good deal, because right down here, on the next aisle of Arctic Ice, this pain-relieving gel. But look, it's menthol, but it's only 1.25%, and this is 2.5%. But you get a lot more with this one. But I would pick this one, I think, for $1.25. I think that's a great deal. In a similar vein, we found this, looks like a Vicks Vapor Rub kind of knockoff thing. So it's camphor, menthol, and eucalyptus. I think this is a good deal. How big is this bottle? 4 ounces? Yeah, I think this is a great deal. Let's see where it was manufactured. Made in India. Here's an interesting product I don't think I've ever seen before. This arthritis and sports liquid thing. It looks like it has isopropyl alcohol, methyl salicylate, magnesium sulfate, and capsicum. And it's made in the USA, over in Illinois. I don't know if I'd recommend it though. It's just very unique. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that one. Here's something very interesting I noticed. This cold and hot patch and the Absorbine Plus patch or whatever. 2 patches in this one patch in this one. It's the same price because we're at Dollar Tree, and this is menthol 5% patch and a menthol 5% patch. What do you think the difference could be? Why does one have 2 patches in it and the other one only has 1 patch in it? This one here with 2 patches was made in China, and this one here with 1 patch was made in India. But that's not actually why. This one with 2 patches, they're actually smaller patches. So this 1 extra large patch is actually more surface area than 2 of these combined. Also, I wanted to mention, this one, there's 1 patch, but it's more surface area. But you can cut this patch. You can cut it into half or thirds or whatever and put it on different parts of your body, or use 1 patch one day, 1 patch the next, or whatever. That's perfectly fine. So this is technically the better deal. Well, that was funsies. Love to go into Dollar Tree and check it out, the meds. It's always fun. Stick around if you like this. There's still so much more I have to do. I'll try to put some on the screen here, but like off the top of my head, still got to do inactive ingredients. Still have to do the different allergy meds, the vitamins and supplements. There's still more creams in there. And then even after that, we still have to go to other pharmacies and other wholesalers for medications. And then after that, we have to do the prescription drugs. I mean, this is going to be a very long journey, but I'll keep doing this as long as you guys stick around. So I'm very happy to do this. Very pleased with the support you've given me so far. I ended up buying 1 additional product for myself, and I'm going to go home and review it. So if you want to see what I bought and see what I think about it, go ahead and head over to the YouTube channel. I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of the Dollar Tree medications. So some of these I really, really like, and I'm excited to show you guys my favorites here today. Here we go, my favorite aisle. So this one here is almost sold out, and it's for good reason. Hydrocortisone cream is a staple in any over-the-counter arsenal. It's like the most common, I swear, thing bought over the counter. I don't know if that's true or not, but like hydrocortisone 1%, that's the maximum strength that's allowable to be bought without a prescription. This company I've seen before, Natureplex, they're out of Olive Branch, Mississippi, and they make a lot of the Dollar Tree medications here. Look, it even has an NDC number, which is typical for this company, and we love to see that. And this is for eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, soaps. Someone explain to me what that means. Soaps? Like you make a bar of soap out of it? I don't know what that means. Okay, insect bites, poison ivy, oak, sumac. It stops inflammation, or it limits inflammation and itching. This is a good product. I love this, and for 1.5 ounces, this is really great. Next one I wanted to look at here was the triple antibiotic ointment. So this, I swear, is probably like the 2nd most common over-the-counter med you'll see in an OTC arsenal. This has an NDC number. It's the same company, the Natureplex, the one down in Mississippi. Where was it again? Olive Branch, Mississippi. So triple antibiotic ointment by law is bacitracin, neomycin, polymyxin B in those ratios. 400 units, 3.5 milligram, 5,000 units. It's always going to be in those ratios. It doesn't matter which triple antibiotic you pick. But if you haven't used this before, it really works. Like, it will stop. Like, if you get a cut or something and you put this on it, it won't get red. It won't get swollen. It won't get infected. Like, this is a really good purchase. I love this. Oh, wanted to talk about the package size. At 1/2 ounce, that is very typical for this product. You typically do not buy large quantities of this because you don't need large quantities. So $1.25 for 1/2 ounce. This is perfect. I love this. Everyone kept telling me this stuff is really good. I tried it. It tastes awful. Okay, I'm looking for something very specific now for this next bit. Here is what I've been looking for. So a moisturizing lotion, and it says compared to Cetaphil. All right, I'm excited to look at this. Pure Pure TM. Okay, they got the Beats logo there. You know that's a good one, I guess. All right, for best results, apply daily. Okay, here's the ingredients. Oh my gosh, there's so many. There's literally so many. This is gonna take me a while to look at this. Oh, but check it out. That's our boys. Actually, it's a different company, but it's still on Grant Street in Akron. But it's made in Mexico. I don't know. But it's Grant Street. That's the cool part, right? I looked up the ingredients for Cetaphil and compared it to the Dollar Tree version, and they weren't the same. They were similar, but there was quite a few differences. I don't really know if those differences are super relevant or not. I'm gonna say I can't call that one. I can't form an opinion. I'm lured in by the fact that it's only $1.25, but I don't think I'm knowledgeable enough about those minutia differences for like a skincare product like that, because it's not a drug technically. That's a little bit outside my realm. There are skincare pharmacists, by the way. In fact, there's one here on TikTok. But for me, in my professional opinion, I can't make an opinion on that one. I'm sorry. I was really excited about that one, and whenever I looked at it, I was like, I don't know if I can call this one. But I would try it. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't try it. But I hope you guys had fun. Again, funsies. It's my word. And I'm going to keep making these videos as long as you stick around. Hi, I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and today we're going to be taking a trip down the Dollar Tree medication aisle. This is the most bougie Dollar Tree, and I'm so excited to come here because there's a couple products I wanted to get, and I haven't seen them in a while, so I came to this one. Hopefully they're here. I got my church jeans on. I didn't want to be underdressed. Okay, here we are again. Okay, the first thing I saw here was the cold and flu medication. So this has acetaminophen, which is a pain reliever and fever reducer, dextromethorphan, cough suppressant, and doxylamine, which is the antihistamine. So that'll help like dry up like any sort of secretions in your nose or whatever. It's only 10 soft gels, but again, it's only $1.25. And then here's the milligram amount of each of them. 325 milligram of acetaminophen, that's pretty standard. Dextromethorphan 15, also pretty standard. Doxylamine 6.25, a little bit lacking, but that's okay. So I actually don't recommend these types of products. It doesn't matter that this is Dollar Tree. It matters that there's 3 different medications in one pill. I don't generally recommend that. The reason being is because it's very, very unlikely that you're going to have symptoms that perfectly match all 3 indications for all these medications. And additionally, as you progress through your therapy, probably some symptoms are going to get better while others don't get better as quickly. So you essentially end up taking medication that you don't need, putting more chemicals in your body, exposing yourself to more risk for adverse events. So if you have a fever, take 1 fever medication. If you have a runny nose, take 1 runny nose medication. I don't like the combination stuff. If you must, they also have a nighttime and a daytime formulation. The daytime formulation, the only difference, there's 2 differences really. One is that it has phenylephrine instead of doxylamine. And I'm going to do a whole thing about phenylephrine, trust me. This, the FDA said that this is ineffective, and they're probably going to pull it. I thought they already pulled it from market, but apparently some pharmacies are willingly getting rid of it. But it's still legal to sell right now, but I don't think this is going to last very long. The FDA literally said that phenylephrine doesn't do anything. And the other difference is this has 10 milligram of dextromethorphan for some reason. I don't know why. Next is probably the best thing that you can buy at this store, I think. It's actually so good that I don't even recommend it because it's literally habit forming. Like, people get addicted to this. I'm not even kidding. You can Google oxymetazoline dependence or addiction or something. It's a thing. So because of the issues for dependency, you cannot use this for more than 3 days. There's a 3-day maximum on this. But buddy, let me tell you what, during those 3 days, whoo, she's gonna work. So that's a nasal spray for like a stuffy nose, basically. I don't know if I ever said that. Distributed in California, made in China. What else is new? But yeah, I mean, for $1.25, this is the best. But I just don't recommend this chemical. It's just too habit forming. I know this isn't a medication, but if anyone here has injections, either for diabetes medications or whatever, buy this. 100 pads for only $1.25. Has an NDC code on it and everything. We got Taiwan in the mix here. It looks like it was some parts used from Taiwan and China, but it's an American company here in Illinois. So I would highly recommend these pads if anyone needs to use alcohol pads for any of their injections. That whole video wasn't even filmed at the same Dollar Tree that I showed in the beginning, BT Dubs. The bougie one didn't have some of the stuff I was looking for, so I just went to another random one. And it looks like Dollar Trees just don't really keep the same stock in every single store. Like, it varies quite a bit from what I've noticed. Anyway, per usual, I'm having a blast doing this. Stick around, guys. You're making this a lot of fun. I enjoy your comments and your reposts and everything. Hi, I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and today we're going to be looking at some of the CVS over-the-counter medications. So there's quite a few over-the-counter medications that I'm not really a fan of because I don't think the value is there for the price. And we're going to look at some of those today. Oh my goodness. Is there enough sleeping medications? My goodness. Just put it in a purple packaging. People will buy it. I don't like this product. ZQuil, $12.79, 12 fluoro ounces. And it's 50 milligram of diphenhydramine per 30 ml. Procter & Gamble, Cincinnati, Ohio. They run this town, apparently. The reason why I don't like that is because it's literally just Benadryl. It's diphenhydramine. They just put it in a purple container and they dye the liquid purple and it just looks really nice and everybody looks at it. Maybe there's some placebo effect from it. I'm not really sure. I don't remember how many come in the box at Dollar Tree, but for $1.25 you could probably get so many diphenhydramine 25 milligram tablets. And it's not a liquid, okay, but it's still the same active ingredient. So right here we have diphenhydramine from the CVS manufacturer, 25 milligram, right? And diphenhydramine 25 milligram, it's the same thing as ZQuil, 24 tablets. My goodness, that's a scam. For $5.99? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, so none of the options here are good, but the point is, if you buy diphenhydramine somewhere else, it's like so much cheaper. It'd probably be pennies if you buy it online, honestly. And they do have a liquid version, by the way. So it's right here. It's under allergy relief. It's the same active ingredient, but of course the packaging is different. And it's a different concentration. So each 20 ml has 50 milligram of diphenhydramine in it. So 20 ml of this product is equal to 30 ml of this ZQuil. Each of them have 50 milligram of diphenhydramine. So that's very difficult math. You have to consider the price per volume, and you have to figure out the concentration, and long story short, ZQuil is a scam. So this one here is a very common scam that we see in pharmacies. This word that nobody can pronounce is supposed to help with flu. First of all, anything claiming to help with the flu is a big red flag to me. The flu is a virus, okay? So viruses can't really be treated very easily, at least not yet anyway. We have a couple meds that you need a prescription for that kind of work, but viruses are very difficult to treat all around. And the reason why this is a scam is because it just doesn't do anything. Shout out to all my pear in Pennsylvania, though. The active ingredient, LOL active, we'll use that term loosely. Anis barbarii. I don't know how to say this. I don't know what this is. This is just nothing. It's literally nothing in a pill. I know people aren't gonna believe me whenever I say that there's literally nothing in those pills, but just Google it. There's actually nothing in them. Is this a joke? Is this a joke? And here's the off-brand $15.79 for 100 capsules. I'm offended. I don't even know where to begin with this. Docusate sodium 100 milligram. That's a good dose. This is a stool softener. Same thing over here. Docusate sodium 100 milligram. Shout out to Bridgewater, New Jersey, though. What's up? That company should be ashamed of what they're doing. 100 of those capsules for $32. That is insane. I know for a fact that those cost less than a penny to make. That is truthfully disgusting to see that, if I'm being honest. And the worst part about that is DocuState or Colace or whatever you want to call it really doesn't do anything anyway. It's not even effective. It's just a habit that we've gotten into in medicine, and there's just no way we're going to break it. It's been this way for decades and decades and decades. People just prescribe Colace, and they tell people to pick up Colace, even though it doesn't do anything. Hi, I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and today we're going to be looking at some of the CVS over-the-counter medications. So there's quite a few over-the-counter medications that I'm not really a fan of because I don't think the value is there for the price. And we're going to look at some of those today. Oh my goodness. Is there enough sleeping medications? My goodness. Just put it in a purple packaging. People will buy it. I don't like this product. ZQuil, $12.79, 12 fluoro ounces. And it's 50 milligram of diphenhydramine per 30 ml. Procter & Gamble, Cincinnati, Ohio. They run this town, apparently. The reason why I don't like that is because it's literally just Benadryl. It's diphenhydramine. They just put it in a purple container and they dye the liquid purple, and it just looks really nice and everybody looks at it. Maybe there's some placebo effect from it. I'm not really sure. I don't remember how many come in the box at Dollar Tree, but for $1.25 you could probably get so many diphenhydramine 25 milligram tablets. And it's not a liquid, okay, but it's still the same active ingredient. So right here we have diphenhydramine from the CVS manufacturer, 25 milligram, right? And diphenhydramine 25 milligram, it's the same thing as ZQuil, 24 tablets. My goodness, that's a scam. For $5.99? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, so none of the options here are good, but the point is, if you buy diphenhydramine somewhere else, it's like so much cheaper. It'd probably be pennies if you buy it online, honestly. And they do have a liquid version, by the way. So it's right here. It's under allergy relief. It's the same active ingredient, but of course the packaging is different. And it's a different concentration. So each 20 ml has 50 milligram of diphenhydramine in it. So 20 ml of this product is equal to 30 ml of this ZQuil. Each of them have 50 milligram of diphenhydramine. So that's very difficult math. You have to consider the price per volume, and you have to figure out the concentration, and long story short, ZQuil is a scam. So this one here is a very common scam that we see in pharmacies. This word that nobody can pronounce is supposed to help with flu. First of all, anything claiming to help with the flu is a big red flag to me. The flu is a virus, okay? So viruses can't really be treated very easily, at least not yet anyway. We have a couple meds that you need a prescription for that kind of work, but viruses are very difficult to treat all around. And the reason why this is a scam is because it just doesn't do anything. Shout out to all my pear in Pennsylvania, though. The active ingredient, LOL active, we'll use that term loosely. Anis barbarii. I don't know how to say this. I don't know what this is. This is just nothing. It's literally nothing in a pill. I know people aren't gonna believe me whenever I say that there's literally nothing in those pills, but just Google it. There's actually nothing in them. Is this a joke? Is this a joke? And here's the off-brand $15.79 for 100 capsules. I'm offended. I don't even know where to begin with this. DocuState sodium 100 milligram. That's a good dose. This is a stool softener. Same thing over here. DocuState sodium 100 milligram. Shout out to Bridgewater, New Jersey, though. What's up? That company should be ashamed of what they're doing. 100 of those capsules for $32. That is insane. I know for a fact that those cost less than a penny to make. That is truthfully disgusting to see that, if I'm being honest. And the worst part about that is DocuState or Colace or whatever you want to call it really doesn't do anything anyway. It's not even effective. It's just a habit that we've gotten into in medicine, and there's just no way we're going to break it. It's been this way for decades and decades and decades. People just prescribe Colace, and they tell people to pick up Colace, even though it doesn't do anything. I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Dollar Tree medications. And special treat, I'm actually going to be buying one and using one today and reviewing it. This is the one I came here for. So the children's allergy relief. So this is just diphenhydramine, 12.5 milligram. So you have to know per how many ml. It doesn't mean anything to just look at that number. So it's 12.5 milligram per 5 ml. Wow, I'm impressed. The reason why I'm impressed is because this is just ZQuil, by the way. This is the exact same active ingredient as ZQuil and diphenhydramine, and this is 12.5 milligram per 5 ml. ZQuil is like 8 milligram per 5 ml. It comes out to a fraction when you do the math, but in any event, this is more concentrated than ZQuil, basically. So this is being marketed as an allergy relief medication, and that's actually why I need it. I am feeling like severely agitated in my nose and everything today because it's summer. The pollen has come out. But we love this company, Ready in Case. They have their very professional NDC code and everything. Where is this made again? Linwood, California. We love this company. They're just so professional with their packaging, and I love the package size and everything. Now, a lot of you may be wondering why I'm buying the children's version, okay? And here's why. This means nothing. You could just put children's on anything. I mean, it wouldn't be a good idea to probably put some children's on something that is dangerous to children, but this is not dangerous to children. A lot of people will frequently ask me, I want the liquid Benadryl, I want the liquid diphenhydramine, but I don't want the kids version, I want the adult version. And I just hang my head in my hands and I want to scream because there's literally no difference. You just put children's on the label, that's all that means. Typically, whenever you see children's on a label, though, all that means is that it's liquid. It just means it's liquid. It doesn't mean that the ingredient's different. Perhaps it may sometimes indicate a different dose, but I know for a fact that liquid Benadryl is, other than ZQuil, is always going to be 12.5 milligram per 5 ml. I do want to take a moment to talk about this. Alcohol-free, of course, that's very good. But like one time I went like round and round about this with a physician assistant one time because he prescribed an alcohol-containing medication for a child. And it ends up being so that a little bit of alcohol actually isn't bad in medication for children. Like I spent a very long time looking into this, and there are some medications that you can buy with a prescription that do have alcohol in them, and it just doesn't matter. If I remember correctly, there was nothing that existed today that had an alcohol content that was harmful to a child. But regardless, we love to see that on the package. Why would you, for a product like this, you don't need to have alcohol in it. Alcohol is a solvent, by the way. They use it to make liquids kind of mix better. And it comes with this little dosage cap. I'm excited to try this. I'm gonna go home and take it right now because my eyes are pretty much starting to water. I'm just ridiculously excited for something that should be so mundane. Okay, here's the package again. We are a big fan of this size. How many ounces is this? I never looked at that. It's 4 floral ounces. That's 118 ml. The tamper-resistant packaging. Very nice. And it has the little cup here. Additionally, it has more information in the inside label, which I generally like to see. Oh my gosh, this is tough to pull off. I don't know if that's intentional or not. So it has the dosing in here. So I am a child, 6 to 11 years old, I guess would be the most applicable. So we want to take 5 to 10 ml. You can see the inside label there if you so choose. So 5 to 10 ml, so that'd be 25 milligrams. So adults can take up to 50 milligrams. So adults would be able to take, what would that be, 20 ml of this. So here, the little cup, it has the markings on it for the amount of milliliter. And we simply, oh my gosh, look at this, double tamper resistant. This company is not messing around. They're keeping everybody safe from the Tylenol poisoner in Chicago. Read label, directions, wash after use. Sounds good. I'm only going to take 10 ml to start. That tastes like medicine. Like all drinkable medicines, I mean, it's not going to be the best taste. It's been about 20 minutes and my eyes are starting to feel better. My nose is a little bit unstuffed. I think this is an overall very pleasant experience. Hi, I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and today we're going to be looking at CVS's medications. So along with having a doctorate of pharmacy, I'm also a drug pricing specialist, and I just know that CVS really doesn't price their over-the-counter drugs the best. So I'm going to come check this out and compare it to Dollar Tree. I have not been in a CVS since I don't even know when. Well, let's get to work here. So first of all, whenever we look at the antacids, it looks like they have a lot of selection. Don't really know why you need all this, my goodness. So the first one I want to look at here is the Tums. So this is an antacid, and this is calcium carbonate, right? They have the same thing at Dollar Tree, but this is 1,000 milligram of calcium carbonate, so it's literally twice as strong here. But for 72 tablets, you pay $7.79. Now, whenever you do the math, that comes out to approximately 10 cents per tablet. And the Dollar Tree was about 2 cents per tablet, but it was half the strength. So let's figure about 5 cents for the same dose. So obviously Dollar Tree comes up on top here. You have to take 2 of the Dollar Tree tablets to equal 1 brand name Tums. But people will say, well, what about the CVS brand? I mean, it's not much better. 72 tablets for $6.29. I mean, that's like, what, 9 cents per tablet? It is buy one, get one 50% off, though. But still, when you do the math, Dollar Tree comes out ahead. So the brand name Tums, it says Warren, New Jersey is where, that's all it says. It doesn't say that's where it's made or manufactured. It just has it there. I don't know. And then the generic one, it says Woonstock, Rhode Island. Again, these don't really say, well, it says distributed, okay. Let's look at these adorable little Pepto-Bismol bottles. I just love them. Okay. So this is, there's a Dollar Tree version of this. It's the same size, the same concentration for $1.25. Here it's $5.29. I mean, if you like wasting money, you could do that. The Dollar Tree version is about 31 cents per ounce, and this is like $1.30 per ounce. The CVS manufacturer is about 68 cents per ounce, and when you factor in the buy one get one 50% off, it's about 50 cents per ounce. Oh, we got Cincinnati, Ohio in the house, and all of these are going to be Woonstock, Rhode Island. Most pharmacies have like incredibly expensive over-the-counter meds, but CVS I think is probably the worst of the worst. But as I'm making this video, I'm starting to understand that it's not easy for the average person, the average consumer, to make good decisions with these things, because truthfully, the absolute worst place for you to buy medication is a pharmacy. Now, how much sense does that make? I feel for you guys. You know what? Someone like me should make a line of supplements or medications that you can have faith in and trust and know that they're good quality ingredients and that they're priced fairly. Maybe I should do that someday. What do you guys think? Hi, I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and today I bought 2 medications from Dollar Tree that I'm going to go try out. Okay, just got home, and I'm excited to look at my experiments that we'll be dealing with today. So these are the 2 things that I got. And we're going to start with this antacid, which, if you watch the previous video, it's calcium carbonate, 500 milligram. That's 500 milligrams of calcium carbonate combined, by the way. This is a generic, or off-brand version, rather, of Tums. And there's 55 tablets in each bottle, which I think is a very, very good deal. But whenever it comes to something like this, the calcium carbonate's not special. That'll neutralize your acid, okay? If you have stomach acid issues or heartburn or whatever, it's going to work. What I care about with a product like this is how good it tastes, because some of these are horrible. Let's open it up here. By law, they have to have this childproof or tamper-resistant. I don't know what you call this, covering on it. If you guys don't know, I think back in like the 80s or the 90s, someone went through and like poisoned a bunch of aspirin in the United States or something like that. I don't know the whole story. I should look it up later. But he went into pharmacies or whatever and put poison in these aspirin bottles, and people took it and they either got sick or died. I don't know. But since then, in the United States, you have to, by law, have that tamper-resistant labeling or covering. All right, these look okay. So I'm actually, you're not gonna be able to see this. I'm actually a bit shocked. There's a very unique pattern on here, which I was not expecting. So this tells me that the company that's making this probably is making it for themselves and nobody else. I don't know, that's pretty neat. A lot of times these drugs are just repackaged at a different facility. This is very unique. I've never seen a marking like this. I have a little bit of heartburn. I'm going to try here. I got 2 of them. You're allowed to take 2. These are 500 milligram each. What flavor is this supposed to be? It says assorted fruit. Wow. That's much sweeter than I'm used to for an antacid like this. It tasted really good, and it broke apart nicely in my mouth, and it dissolved nicely. Some of these sometimes they're kind of hard, and you have to like chomp on them sometimes. That was really good. I'm very impressed. So to compare, I have some of the Walmart manufacturer, and I mean this marking is completely different. It says PP103. So it's made at a different factory. These are the 1,000 milligrammers, by the way. But like these kind of break apart. Like you have to kind of try to chew on these to get it to break apart. So you know what? I'm going to say I like the Dollar Tree product better. The only thing, you know, for me specifically, I want the 1,000 milligrammers. I don't want the 500s. But if you want 500 milligram antacid, I would say I am just in love with this product. I think this is a really good purchase. All right, next is the infamous melatonin. Everybody's got an opinion about this, apparently. Just as a recap, this also has vitamin B6, which is called pyridoxine, by the way, 1 milligram, and calcium, which is as dicalcium phosphate, 55 milligram. But the part we care about is the melatonin, 3 milligram. Okay, so I'm going to be taking 2 of these tonight. Let's open up this package. Ooh, got a little vacuum seal in there. Okay. I bet these are unmarked. I bet these are completely unmarked, and I bet they're white. Yep. Hey. Oops. Yep, completely unmarked, and they're white. Perfect. I mean, I don't care. Oh, it's got a desiccant in there and everything. Okay, all right. This company's warming. I'm warming up to this company. People's Choice. You're making me feel a little bit better now. Yeah, very nice tablet. I mean, you can tell that this is professionally made. I have no qualm at all trying this. So it's about midnight now, and I'm gonna take my 2 little melatonin tablets. This will be 6 milligram, and I got my Stiller's cup. By the way, I don't know if I ever mentioned this before, but the timing you take melatonin matters. You want to take it about 30 minutes, maybe an hour before bedtime. You don't want to take it exactly when you go to bed or whenever you lay down. So I'm just sitting here waiting to... Oh my God. Where am I? I just slept for 14 hours. I'm just kidding. But no, it was a normal night's sleep, you know, pretty what I'm used to whenever I take melatonin. So I could certify it's real. It works, you know. You just have to be consistent with it. Hi, I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and today I'm going to be trying some of the medications at Dollar Tree. I'm really excited because there was a medication that I wanted to get in, or that I needed, and I was like, oh, they have that at the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to try it and see what happens. Okay, see if you can guess which one I'm going to get. Okay, I'm really excited about this. And I also wanted to get this. Okay, before I take these home and start using them, let's take a look at the package first. Okay, we got Certified Plus. I don't know anything about that company. Oh, we got Holtzville, New York. Everybody's making these drugs in New York, it seems like. I guess that's the new over-the-counter capital of the world. Advance Pharmaceuticals, Holtzville, New York. Okay, so this is like Tums, by the way. Calcium carbonate, 500 milligram, 55 tablets. Wow, I'm really impressed with this little company. This is very professional. They have the peel away drug facts label. That's normally pretty neat. You don't typically see that on the knockoff brands. So by law, over-the-counter medications need certain labeling, and sometimes it's difficult to put on these little containers. So sometimes companies use this peel away thing to get more information on it. Sometimes people ask if the calcium in the calcium carbonate and acid counts towards your calcium level in your blood, and the answer is yes. So this is actually pretty confusing. This is calcium carbonate 500 milligram. That's calcium and carbonate 500 milligram of both of them combined. This is, the counter ion. There's different types of calcium. So if you look in the label, each tablet contains 200 milligrams of calcium, meaning there's 300 milligrams of carbonate. And that's perfectly fine. That's totally normal. They're not trying to cheap out on the calcium level or anything like that. That is very, very normal. In fact, that's scientifically how that has to happen, because you can't bind calcium with any more or less carbonate than what this ratio is right here. But anyway, this is a really good purchase. For $1.25, 55 chewable tablets. I'm very impressed with this. This may be one of my top favorites as well now. And you can take 2 of these, by the way. You can take 2 of these tablets. That'd be 1,000 milligram. What makes this super, super confusing is that this says calcium carbonate 500, okay? There's a 1250 version of Tums, which coincidentally has 500 milligrams of elemental calcium in it. And it gets really, really confusing because sometimes people say Tums 500, and I don't know if they mean the elemental calcium, which would be 1250 of calcium carbonate, or if they mean Tums 500 calcium carbonate. Does that make sense? It's very difficult to understand. And sometimes you see on packaging, it'll say both doses. It'll say both for calcium and calcium carbonate. It's so confusing. But thankfully, this is very safe and for the most part, and you really don't need to worry too much. All right, I'm very excited about the melatonin. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, melatonin is used for sleeping. So your body naturally secretes melatonin whenever your circadian rhythm is at the point where it's time to sleep. Light or not seeing any light, being in darkness, these all stimulate melatonin production, and your body's like, okay, now it's time to go to bed. So let's see, melatonin 3 milligram. Everybody's going to fight with me, and I don't care. You need at least 5 milligram of melatonin, or else it's not helpful. I don't want to hear about your microdosing of melatonin right now. This also has B6 in it. Not sure why. And calcium as dicalcium phosphate. Also not really sure why the calcium's in there, but whatever. I'm not too worried about it. I guess this is the calcium day. So we got 30 tablets in here, which means I'll have to take 2 at a time. So I need to consider that whenever you're buying this, or whenever I'm buying this. I said before, if you're using melatonin consistently, then the Walmart version is the better purchase. But I'm just trying this out today, and I don't really care about $1.25, Yo, is it weird that I'm really excited about buying medications at the Dollar Tree? It feels like a gift, like it's my birthday or something. I'm so excited for tonight to try out that melatonin, but This video is too long, unfortunately. So if you watch to this point, my video where I actually try these out will show up on your feed here within the next day or so. So until then, this has been fun, per usual. I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and today we're going to be looking at the Aldi medications. I don't even know, do they even have medications in here? I'm not seeing anything. I'm getting nervous. Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm so excited. I've never seen this company before. I'm so excited to look at these. So for those of you who don't know, I actually spent a great deal of time in Germany. I was there for about 6 months, and this was before Aldi came to the United States. And Aldi sort of rose to prominence in Germany because they didn't give people a choice. There was one option for each item, sort of a relic of maybe a post-World War II Soviet-backed Germany era. But it stopped analysis paralysis, and people were able to confidently make their purchase because there was no other option. And you see that notion here on full display. There's only a few products, and there's only one option of each. So let's take a look at this one first. Acetaminophen 500 milligram. It says and ibuprofen? Where are they getting that? Oh, there's some over here too. Oh my goodness, yes. It's the same price. They have one price tag for 2 different medications? That is the weirdest thing. These Germans, my goodness. Anyway, 500 milligram, that's that's a good, that's like the middle dose. It comes in a 325, 500, and a 650 extended release. You get a whole 100 caplets. And each of these are $1.95, and there's 100 in each of these bottles, okay, for the ibuprofen and the acetaminophen. That's 2 cents per pill. That's pretty much the best I've ever seen. The only exception being Sam's Club, which was 1 penny per pill for acetaminophen, that is. I don't remember what the ibuprofen at Sam's Club was, but I remember the acetaminophen was 1 penny per pill. But you had to buy 1,200 of them to get that deal. So this is 100 for 1 cent each. This might be the best deal I think I've ever seen in my life. Someone once asked me what a caplet is, what's the difference between a tablet, capsule, and a caplet, and I really don't know. There's no definition of a caplet. If you're a manufacturer, you can just call it a caplet and nobody will stop you. But I mean, if you look at it, it looks like what you would assume to be a mixture of a tablet and a capsule. I would call this a tablet, honestly. So this is a pain reliever, if you guys didn't know. Helps reduce fever. I would call this more of a fever reducer myself. But it does help with pain. It helps really good with muscle pain. There's different types of pain. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but muscle pain is probably the best relieved with acetaminophen. And we got it distributed and sold by Aldi in Baklava, Illinois. Just kidding. Batavia? Is that how you pronounce that? Oh, I like this warning here. Do not use if printed seal under cap is broken or missing. I wonder where they got that idea from. Let's do the next logical one. Ibuprofen here. Again, only 2 cents per tablet. I love it. And this is ibuprofen 200, which I believe is the strongest you can buy over the counter for ibuprofen. 100 coated tablets. Don't worry about the word coated right now. For all intents and purposes, this means nothing. There is something called a safety coating or an enteric coating, also known as delayed release, but that's different. Whenever it just says coated, it just means it's more for taste masking, really. It's the same company, obviously, so it's made in Batavia, or distributed. And of course, it's just your standard ibuprofen. It's an NSAID. That's an acronym that means non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. I love this too. I like this a lot. I'm so happy right now. Aldi might be my favorite thing ever now. That was amazing. I was so happy to see all those meds in there so cheaply priced. What would you guys say? Would you put Aldi a tier up from Dollar Tree and maybe like a tier below Walmart? I think that's the general thinking anymore. But I don't know, man. I think I'd put Aldi above Walmart at this point. Between Walmart and Target, there is Aldi. I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and today we're going to be looking at Aldi's medications. Look at all these medications. I'm pretty sure I'm the first person ever to make that joke. Alright, the one I want to talk about today, I have a lot to say about, so this is going to take a while. So this is omeprazole. It's used for heartburn. It's something called a proton pump inhibitor. And the way it works is it basically just stops your stomach from secreting as much acid. It's It's $4.99 for 14 tablets, which 35 cents each. That's not really the best deal, but it's competitive. You know, if you Google it, you'll find similar pricing. The brand name for this, by the way, is Prilosec. What's really neat about this medication is that it used to be prescription only, and the manufacturers of the medication appealed to the FDA and got it approved to be sold over the counter without a prescription. So that's why we have omeprazole in the United States without a prescription now. It's still kind of expensive though if you buy it without a prescription. If you get a prescription, I'm pretty sure it'll be cheaper, but I'll have to check later. And it'll definitely be cheaper if you have insurance, obviously. It's generally considered to be quite safe, so most prescribers don't hesitate to write a prescription if you feel like you need one. But I mean, you obviously can't tell them what to do, but generally speaking, they don't really care too much. But I'm a big fan of omeprazole overall. I believe it works, it's priced well, and it's effective. I like this medication. But this is one of the few instances where the formulation matters. Remember, this is a tablet. If you get a prescription, you'll likely get a capsule. The capsule is also available over the counter, but for some reason, you have to really hunt for it. I don't know why. But the reason why that's significant is this is a tablet and it's delayed release. Delayed release tablets have a special coating on them, and this coating actually matters, and it protects the medication from the stomach, and then it releases in the intestine. Not all medications are stable in stomach acid, so that's why it has to have that protective coating on it. If it were to dissolve in your stomach acid would chew up the chemical and it wouldn't work at all. And that means this tablet cannot be crushed or split. But a capsule can be opened and sprinkled on applesauce or anything with a low pH, something that's acidic. So generally speaking, when we're talking about omeprazole, I want to get a capsule because I want to have that option for myself or whoever I'm counseling. I try to avoid things that can't be crushed because it seems like inevitably someone's going to try to crush it. So this is 20 milligrams. That's good. It normally comes in a 20 or 40 milligram. I'm not sure if only the 20 milligram is available over the counter. I'm not sure if there's a 40 milligram or not over the counter. For treats frequent heartburn occurring 2 or more days per week. So this is not for just your laissez-faire heartburn. One thing I was kind of shocked about here, it says this medication may take 1 to 4 days for full effect. For my entire career, I can't figure out how long this takes. Because some people will tell you it works the same day, instantly, and others will tell you it takes like a week. I don't know. And this is an important warning here. You need to talk to a doctor if you need this for more than 14 days, and I'll explain why here in a moment. So there are long-term adverse events associated with omeprazole use. It's not totally innocuous. So anything over 8 weeks is kind of the point where you need to be supervised. The package said 14 days, but unless you're a trained medical professional, you can't really make that determination yourself. That's why they put a cutoff of 14 days there. Over long periods of time, it can reduce magnesium levels in the blood and also cause issues with bones becoming brittle and leading to fractures. But on the other hand, omeprazole can stop cancer. There's something called Barrett's esophagus, which whenever you have so much acid moving up into your esophagus, the cells in the lining actually change, and they become, I guess you could say, predisposed to turning into cancer cells. So the benefits versus risk, this is why doctors exist. This is why physician assistants, nurse practitioners, pharmacists, nurses, this is why we exist, because it's not a clear-cut and dry answer for every person. You have to individualize it. And that's why machines will not replace us. Hi, I'm a licensed pharmacist in 3 states, and today we're going to take a trip down the Dollar Tree medication aisle. I'm really excited for this one because there's been a lot of people ask me about specific products I want to look at today. I don't know when I'm actually going to post this video, but today's actually the Sabbath for me, so happy Sabbath to all my Seventh-day Adventist brothers and sisters. Alright, my home and native. So there's actually a lot of different allergy medications. I was very surprised. These are the main 2 that you're going to be interested in, though. So this is allergy relief. It says the active ingredient is cetirizine 10 milligram capsule. But look, you only get 12 capsules for $1.25. That's not really a good deal. This is just something you would use in a pinch. Now with this one, different company, but you get 14 tablets. It's the same thing, cetirizine 10 milligrams, so this is the one you want to pick. There's really no advantage over taking a capsule over a tablet. This one does have an NDC code, which we love to see, but this one here was made in India. It does not have an NDC code on the box, but still, this is the one I'd pick. I love this the diphenhydramine liquid thing. Oh my gosh, I love this. So I talked about this before. It has an NDC code. This is made in America. It's 12.5 milligram per 5 ml. So you get about 10 doses out of this if you want diphenhydramine. A lot of people talk like negatively about diphenhydramine. I don't care. They're like, oh, it makes you sleepy. You could fall down. It's bad for old people. I don't think it matters. So both of those are called antihistamines. Cetirizine is, I believe, a second generation antihistamine, which means it's less sleepy, and then diphenhydramine is a first generation, which means it makes you a little bit more sleepy. I think the difference between the generations is just a bunch of baloney. I think it's a marketing scam. First generations can make you sleepy, and you can take a second generation and be fine. But one thing that is for sure is that the second generation, like diphenhydramine, or diphenhydramine specifically, does not last nearly as long as a first generation such as cetirizine. Cetirizine is like a once a day tablet. Diphenhydramine, I mean, you could be taking that 6 times a day, honestly. Okay, I just found a product that made me absolutely shooketh. I'm so excited because I've never seen this before, and at a Dollar Tree of all the places. So look what we got here. Pure, uncut, unadulterated, non-extended release dextromethorphan 15 milligram. If there's any pharmacists watching or pharmacy techs, you guys are freaking out right now, and you guys know why. So similar to what we saw earlier, dextromethorphan and guaifenesin are almost always sold together. And this is the first time I've ever seen dextromethorphan by itself, other than a few extended release formulations I've seen before, which sometimes you don't want. And it's only $1.25. So I'll try to make this quick. Why that's significant is because guaifenesin supposedly helps you cough more productively. It doesn't. But that's what the theory behind it is. Dextromethorphan supposedly suppresses your cough, so why would you ever want to take them both together? And the answer is, I don't really know, other than the fact that guaifenesin, scientifically speaking, doesn't do anything at all. But it seems like these companies are allowed to put them together, so they do. And that's just the standard that we live in. And a lot of times I'll get prescribers call me and they're like, I want plain dextromethorphan. And I'm like, good luck with that. Like, you'll never find it. And they're like, I don't want the guaifenesin because I don't want them to cough more. I don't want their cough to be more productive. I just want to suppress it. And I'm like, good luck. I mean, it exists, but you're not going to find it. But here we go, in little old Dollar Tree. I'm so excited. Wow, the more and more I explore Dollar Tree, the more pleasantly surprised I get. Every time I go in there, I find something that's very unique or something that I really like, and I'm really surprised. So I'm gonna keep doing this. Follow along if you guys are interested. I've really enjoyed the support so far. We've still got a ton more to do, as I've stated before. My goodness, this will never end as long as you guys are there with me.